Everything has limits, and when Border Patrol gets overwhelmed, people might just start moving through the community without engaging.
First up at 6 or at 5 tonight, Arizona border communities are already seeing a surge in migrants coming up from Mexico ahead of Title 42 ending tomorrow night. People can no longer be turned away because of COVID like the last 3 years. There are an estimated 155,000 migrants camped out right now just south of the border from here to California and into Texas, many already being processed.
The Biden administration is expecting to see about 10,000 people cross the border each day.
Just today in Yuma, one of 9 sectors in Arizona, they had about 1,200 migrants. We're still more than 24 hours out from the official end to Title 42.
Now, we do have live team coverage for you this evening. Emma Lockhart is speaking with nonprofits who are helping migrants on their journey from the border to their final destinations. But we begin tonight with Alexis Dominguez, who is near the border in Yuma, giving us a look at the conditions there right now. Alexis.
Well, I'm here along the border in along Mexico and the United States, and you can see that there is a gap here in the Yuma border. So you can see this is actually where many migrants choose to cross. You see there aren't many people out here right now, actually 0 people out here. We can only imagine that's because temperatures are extremely hot during this time of day. At last check, we saw it was about 82 degrees. So you can see this is where many migrants form a line. They're actually waiting for Border Patrol agents to pick them up in buses and get them out of here for processing. So Title 42 has actually made the processing time for agents a lot quicker. And the mayor in Yuma tells us they went from seeing about 300 people cross a day. Today, they're expected to triple that. So we want to show you video from earlier today where you can see a lot more migrants out here. We're believing that we're about to see about 1,000 to 1,200 people here in the Yuma sector. That's according to patrol agents and the Yuma mayor. They are concerned with how the community here in Yuma will be able to respond to all of those migrants with resources already at capacity. Some of those resources include shelter and transportation. And the mayor tells us there is one major organization here in Yuma that receives migrants directly from Border Patrol. From there, they help them get on buses or get to airports to ultimately get them to their final destination. Now, right now, U.S. Customs and Border Protection reports the Yuma sector saw around 13,000 migrants in the month of March. That's as of the latest data. We also know that the Yuma sector has seen 115,000 migrants between October and March. Of course, again, that is as of the latest data that we've received.
Alexis, you mentioned that not a lot of activity, as we can see right now. When do we expect to see sort of the peak activity in terms of border crossings? And what have you seen in terms of Border Patrol?
Yeah, so we're expecting Title 42 to expire at 9 p.m. Thursday. So we're expecting to see a lot more people crossing into the night. Thursday night, again, Friday morning, and then throughout the day, Friday and into the weekend. So we are expecting to see this area look a lot more similar to what we saw early this morning. Now, as a patrol agents, we have seen a couple vehicles drive by. They tend to come to this area only when they get word of migrants making their way to the border. Of course, they want to get them processed and out of the heat because it does become a big safety concern, something that Yuma has actually said they are running out of resources because they are dealing with that influx of migrants making their way here.
All right, Alexis Dominguez reporting near the border for us in Yuma. Thank you for that. And the Biden administration just published its plans to handle asylum cases after Title 42, and it'll be adding new restrictions designed to ramp up deportations. Here are some of the highlights. The main change is that migrants must apply for asylum in another country like Mexico and get denied before they can seek asylum here in the U.S. There are some limited exceptions, but in practice, experts say this will disqualify most adults who cross the border between ports of entry. This policy is expected to be challenged in court. The Biden administration is pairing the new restrictions with some new legal pathways, including opening 100 regional processing centers in countries like Guatemala and Colombia. However, those centers are not open yet. The administration has promised to admit at least 100,000 Latin Americans trying to reunite with their family members here in the U.S.